I'm here today with Chris Tulloch, and Chris is the Managing Director of Blind Tiger Inns. Welcome, Chris.
Thank you. Good to meet you.
And you too. So, Chris, just kick off and tell us a little bit about Blind Tiger Inns. What are they all about?
So Blind Tiger Inns is a chain of community pubs that was founded in 2017 by myself. We've currently got 17 pubs with plans for either 2, 3 or 4 more by the end of this calendar year. Yeah, we trade the pubs based around sport and communities, really.
Oh, tell me more about that.
So the pubs that we've got, all of them will be focused around having the best screens, the best sound to show football, mainly football, other sports too. And we do that in all of the pubs. We get really good following for that. And yeah, then they all become good community pubs. So that's the other focus, is that whether the town centre or your typical estate type community pub, what we'll always do is try and have pubs that regular people will visit all of the time, week in, week out. So quite very competitive on pricing, especially during the midweek sessions. And then we fill the evenings and the weekends with live entertainment, karaoke, bingo, all the traditional pool, darts, all the traditional pub things, really.
Yeah, brilliant. And what would you say? I know you mentioned a lot of stuff that you're doing, a lot of activity going on there. What would differentiate your pubs from other similar pubs, maybe?
I think we take our community activity to a higher level than most. So we've been highly commended as a national pub operator for the work we do in the community, and we continue that. We probably sponsor a dozen football teams every season. We bought 6 defibrillators last year across the estate and had them installed. We take part in anything that's local in the community, making sure that yeah, we're always giving a lot back. If somebody comes and asks for something, we find it very difficult to say no, which is good. From the sports side of things, again, I think we're the best at that. So we show everything, whether it be Sky, BT, pay-per-view boxing, Amazon Prime football games, all of the things that we can show, so that we're the pub known for the sports in that area.
So you got the standards high. You're setting a pace in terms of differentiating yourselves. What does the future hold going forward, Chris? What are the opportunities and challenges ahead?
Opportunities wise, so people often ask me, how many pubs do you want to grow to? And it's never been a number for me. We're in a fortunate position. I'm the only investor in Blind Tiger. We've got no bank debt. So it's not about being Charlie Big Potatoes and saying, I want to have more pubs than the man down the road. That's never been the goal. We like to create a great place for people to work, whether it be the head office team, who are all awesome, or the pub managers or their teams. To me, making that really good and keeping doing what we do with the community, that's what makes it work. Yes, it's very good financially, but it's good financially because the pubs are fun places to be. So more of that. Like I said earlier, there's opportunities on the horizon. A lot of people are struggling with the costs. The utilities have been a massive challenge for everybody. I think our energy bill went up by over 200 grand this year compared to last year, but I can't change that. I sulked about it for a while, but there's only so much sulking you can do, then you have to get on with it. So we'll still be around. We're very financially secure. We're not in a bad place like so many are. So unfortunately, where those businesses disappear, some of them are still viable positions. Or viable pubs. They're just not viable for the operator in their current situation. So that'll certainly present us opportunities going throughout this year. Yeah, and we're always on the lookout to try different things. We don't have any freehold pubs at the moment, and that's something that we may do. Equally, we may not. Again, it's all about finding the right opportunity at the right time in the right location. Challenges wise, I think I've just touched on the utilities has been a massive a massive change. So you get through the pandemic, you keep everything rolling, you reinvest, you get your pubs back up and running really well. And then all of a sudden, Putin's like, hold my beer. I'm gonna come in and do what I'm gonna do. So yeah, once we knew where we were, that was a good position, a better position to be in. So there was a lot of rumors, there was a lot of scaremongering about how much the utilities were going to go up. Were they going to go up by 100 grand, 200 grand as ours have, or 800 grand? All of those were massive worries. Once we'd agreed the deals, and we've agreed our gas and electricity for a couple of years moving forward, once you've got the deal and you know where you are, you can make your plan to move forwards. And that's what we did. We reset out our stall, and we worked out that, yes, we're going to have to make a little bit less money, but we're going to continue and everybody's going to be here and still enjoy working here. A lot of other companies that we spoke to decided to make lots of cuts in terms of their offering. That's never been my model. I've been doing this a long time. My model is always keep going with what you're doing. If it's working, and do more of it. Once you start to cut back on entertainment and things like that, then you're really gonna be on a downward spiral. So we wanted to keep doing everything we know that's worked, and if we have to ride out a couple of years of making less money, so be it. Yeah, I think that's probably in a nutshell what we've done. Then the brewers decided to put in a massive price increase. So that meant we could cover that with a price increase to customers that they were expecting. And we tried to protect it, particularly the value-led pricing we do. So we've protected that, but it didn't really give us any room to get anything back towards the increased costs, which would have been nice. But again, we'll be fine, and we'll see what's in the future for trying to make more money. But it's never about the bottom line for us. It's about having a successful, viable business that's got longevity, rather than trying to milk everything every year. That's not the model for me.
And it's a team that's engaged and helping you do that.
Team's awesome. Couldn't work with better people. It really is across the whole thing. We work hard, we play hard. We have all the pub managers get together at least once, maybe twice a year. We'll do like potentially a training day or whatever we need to do, or a planning day. Then we'll have a proper party. And then we run incentives for the pub managers. 2 guys have just got back from Vegas. And this year there's an incentive where every single pub, doesn't matter how many people achieve the incentive, it would be able to go to New York and visit a craft beer bar called the Blind Tiger Bar. Hopefully we'll be taking all of the pub managers. That would be the goal.
Blind Tiger Bar in New York, yeah?
Yeah, it's not ours, but I thought it was a good place to take everybody.
Absolutely. Not much better than that. Fantastic. So what have you learned about yourself along the way, Chris?
The pandemic, with all the challenges, is a lonely place to be when you're the only director. Yeah, I'd say I've learned that when you worry, and I just touched on it with the utilities, but with the pandemic, it was probably exactly the same. You could worry about, is there going to be any support from the government? How long are the pubs going to be closed? How much rent are we going to be paying? Do we still have to pay the Sky TV bill? All of those things, you worry about them. But once you know where they are, it's very simple to put that down into numbers and look at the plan and say, okay, that's the current situation. What do we need to do to move from it? So in answer to the question, what have I learned? Anything's achievable, but it's only achievable if you know what you want to achieve. And sometimes you have to stop and roll back and say, what's going to be my starting point here? And then once you know where your starting point is, it's not that difficult in theory to move forward. It might then not happen when you put that plan in place, but I spend a lot of time saying to my team, if these are all the cards we've been dealt, we need to come up with a plan that shows how to get on our journey from A to B. If we can't get from A to B when we try and implement it all, and people come in and do different things or buy different drinks or have less visits per week, then we might have to add in a little diversion from A to B. But touch wood, with most of the things we do, as long as we set out our stall and we explain it, that's why we get all the managers together. Once we've done that and we set off on the journey, 9 times out of 10, you get there.
Yeah, good for you. And with the benefit of hindsight, I know you can't turn the clock back, but with that benefit of hindsight, is there anything that you would do differently, knowing what you know now?
Of course, it wouldn't be normal if I didn't know where the mistakes are. Yeah, there's pubs that I've taken on that don't always work, and you're stuck with them usually for 5 years, and they're not making you any money, and it's a learning curve, and you try and learn from that when you're selecting your next pubs. There's other pubs that maybe I've missed out on that I think maybe I should have took a gamble on. What else have we learned? Don't refurbish 5 pubs in the 11 weeks before there's a pandemic. So that's coming.
Yeah,
because it's no good for cash flow. But yeah, there's loads that we learn, and it's great the way we run as a team. I don't make all the decisions. The guys make all the decisions with me. We're a head office team's probably 6-7 people. We make the decisions together and we go out and do it together. And that's why I love it. And I think that's why everybody enjoys working there and doesn't leave.
Brilliant. Chris, I thank you so much. It sounds like an awesome business to be part of.
Thank you.